So, guys, I'm not a big back layer because it usually hurts my lower back. Um, I don't sleep on my back. I never have, that I can remember. I'm a belly and a side sleeper, and I toss and turn at night. I've been tossing and turning for years. Every time I toss and turn, I wake up. Um, that's gotten better. That you know that the amount of tossing and turning and it, that that um has varied throughout the years. When I was fasting really hard a few years ago, that went away. I was getting the best sleep that I could ever remember in my life, and it gave me a lot of energy. Um, but anyways, um, this position here, laying down, it just with my neck supported. I got it supported a certain way. And what I'm doing is I'm just sort of stretching it, and then with my legs, just sort of bringing my back and then down, just sort of stretching everything. That really relieves a lot of things. When I'm in this position here, I don't get any of those symptoms. So this right here, if I could just stay in this position for the next, few weeks and just let my body heal itself, that'd be awesome. Um, Obviously I can't do that. Especially because, I'm getting a lot of, I had, I couldn't sleep the other night. So, uh, and like right now I'm tired. You saw those videos I made after I got home, um, and how tired I was. I'm tired right now, but I can't fall asleep, uh, which sucks. I'll be picking Aiden up here in a little bit, but I keep on watching these videos. Man, it's just so weird. Like, because I remember I always was able to ride on roller coasters. I never had a problem with roller coasters. Never. I always had a problem with motion sickness for as long as I can remember. Like in a car, if I was reading, um, or looking, back then we didn't have screens to look at in a car, so we couldn't look at screens. So reading in a vehicle, as far back as I can remember, would make me sick. Motion sickness. But I was able to go on roller coasters up until I remember going with Norma, my first wife, um, to like some kind of, you know, Disney World type of thing, out in Kansas when I was stationed out there. And that was the first time I remember that I was unable to ride any more rides that spin in circles or roller coasters or anything like that. Um, but yeah, so from what I can remember now, I always had motion sickness in a vehicle if I read, but I was always able to ride on roller coasters, etc., up until probably the age of, I don't know, I was probably 19 or 20 at the time when me and her went to that carnival, um, to that place. But I went on rides, and for the first time in my life, I got motion sickness. I was like, oh shit. And I had tried a couple times after that over the years and realized, oh, I can't do this anymore. Um, the only thing I can do is like water rides. But even if they are going in circles, it will fuck me up. So, and I say in circles, but it could just be the motion. I don't know. Like I said, guys, I had all these symptoms, and what the VA wanted to do was send me. So I'm starting to lose my eyesight. So they sent me to an eye specialist. So they want to send you for eye, ear, specialists for each thing, and each specialist wants to give you their pill to fix their thing or their, whatever their thing is. So instead of somebody treating this, I mean, because all this was happening at the same time, so instead of them treating this as something, that had a main cause, they're treating this as, oh, his eyes don't work, we're going to fix his eyes. Oh, his ears don't work, we're going to give him something for his ears. Oh, this doesn't work, we're going to give him something for this. That's crazy. That's nuts when you think about that. But that's fucking ludicrous, man. If I'm a perfectly healthy individual and then all of a sudden have things wrong with me, you don't just start treating things like that. That doesn't even make sense. That's terrible care. Terrible, terrible care, guys. But I guess, yeah, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking about, I'm watching these videos on this upper cervical instability, and it's just making me think, because I'm reading people's, like I said, if you go down and read these testimonials, you'll see people like me who, I had to start this video series. I don't know how other people are holding on. And like I said, a lot of people commit suicide. A lot of people kill themselves. If you're out there wandering around and getting ready to lose everything because you can't hold on, and everybody's just calling you a liar, making fun of you, and you kill yourself, that's what happens. I mean, damn. If you're unable to function, you're unable to function. And if nobody gives a fuck, then that's what happens. You kill yourself. You know what I mean? Pretty fucking simple. But yeah. So I'm thinking about all these different things, and it's because this shit is positional, only when you're head, it makes you want to not do anything because you never know when it's going to kick in. Like I said, my tachycardia and the heart racing and high blood pressure, for as long as I can remember, when I bend over, most of the time when I bend over, like I said, I mean, I'm like an athlete. They take my fucking blood. They took my shit. They've taken my shit. They've taken my urine. They've taken every sample. They've tested every fucking organ of my body. And they're just like, dude, you're like fucking stellar. Okay, that's how I come out on all those tests. Any kind of blood, urine, shit, everything. They're like, dude, you're like an athlete. You're like a 20-year-old. That's just how it's always been. And that's with me drinking, heavy alcoholic my whole life, smoking a pack of cigarettes. So yeah, and the only reason is because I kept myself moving. I've moved. I've never stopped moving. I'm a mover. Anytime I've stopped moving is because I'm sick. Is because because something's wrong, and it all seems to be going back to childhood trauma, which this is called. So okay, now I just keep running across this complex PTSD, which is starting to make so much sense, and why people like me fall through the cracks is because people think we're crazy because our stories are so fucking interwoven and we got so much going on, and none of it makes sense conventionally in all these different ways, and it's very strange, but it's called complex PTSD. So on top of everything else, guys, on top of everything else, so what I would self-diagnose myself with right now is complex PTSD, CPTSD. And that's why, things are so hard to figure out, because things aren't going back far enough. Right now, going through a concussion again and having to deal with all these overwhelming feelings, even though, like I said, I mean, I've forgiven everybody. I hold nothing, it's all good. It's all love. But it's still there. And so anyways, we're dealing with it. But yeah, so that's how I'm feeling now. Just laying here thinking and how good this feels to sort of stretch my, pull everything, separate my head from my damn tailbone, you know? I am, okay, so also in these videos, guys, just a quick update. I have found some people starting to recommend certain exercise techniques. There's like two or three different exercise stretch techniques for this type of issue that I'm getting ready to start looking into. I just found them right before I started making this video. So there's so much information coming at me, and we're figuring our way through this, guys. It's only been a week and we've gotten this far. But I gotta keep reminding myself that I'm still dealing with concussion issues. So I can't push too far. I think I'm gonna try a journal reading, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. No plans. We're just sort of winging this and following our spirit. So, love y'all.